All right, we were in chapter 8, application of math in practice situations. So far, what we studied, we did problems involving profit and loss, interest, right? Simple interest and compound interest. Okay, let me just write here, just a minute. Okay. Yes. All right. All right, just a minute. I will log the meeting after 5 minutes. Otherwise, people are joining slowly, and it's really bothering me a lot. Okay, let's give them 5 minutes. Okay, so we already did problems, about profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest. And today we're going to talk about two things, maybe three things. Number one is what is it? Currency, convert from one currency to another one. That is money exchange. Okay, the second one is taxation, the system of taxing people. And if we have time, we'll talk about personal and household finance. Okay, so today now in this first session, we'll try to talk about, cover this topic, convert from one currency to another one, that is money exchange. That is also a very easy topic, but still I want to discuss this with you. As we know, okay, they just keep joining so slowly. That's why actually I send a link at 10:05. So 5 minutes for joining, and after we should start the class. Otherwise, accepting everyone by one is really irritating, unfortunately. So different countries use different forms of currency, and their units of money are called by various names. As you know, actually, even these days, sometimes we need to convert Khmer Rial into US dollar or US dollar to Khmer Rial, right? If you visit other countries as a tourist or on business, so in a lot of countries, you're not allowed to use foreign currencies. So we have to use your local currency. Only maybe Cambodia, you are allowed to use Khmer Rial and at the same time US dollar. But if you visit Thailand, for example, you need to use baht only. So when you enter Thailand, either at the airport or local money exchangers, you need to change your money to local currency, right? It's all about actually rates, currency rates, right? Because we know that money changers or banks who do this kind of change, they make profit by selling and buying stuff, right? So the United Kingdom uses the sterling pound, Thailand uses the baht, Malaysia uses the ringgit, Indonesia uses the rupiah, the Philippines use the peso, Cambodia uses the rial, and Singapore uses the Singapore dollar, Australia uses the Australian dollar, Russia uses ruble, right? Uzbekistan uses som, Kazakhstan uses tenge, Turkey uses lira, Italy uses lira also, and blah, blah, blah. So we can buy or sell foreign currencies at any bank or through a bank changer. So here, to solve the problems, you're going to use two tables here. Here is the first table. It is taken from one local Singapore bank for many, many years ago, but I didn't update this. It's fine. After all, we are here trying to, just who gets the idea, okay? Once you get the idea, if they change the numbers, it doesn't matter. We know how to deal with this stuff. So Singapore dollar, if you read this table, and also as you know, in this chapter, we are learning how to read and interpret tables and charts and all right, these things. So here we have one table here, right? In table we know that it consists of columns and also rows. So here it says Singapore dollar to 1 unit of foreign currency, right? So that means that either you want to buy Singapore dollars or you want to sell Singapore dollars, right? So here, for example, let's say you have Australian dollar, right? So it means that it is buying and selling. And we see this table in a bank, right? And this table is displayed by the bank. So buying, who is buying this thing? Actually, Australian dollar, the bank is buying from you, right? So actually, if the bank is buying Australian dollar from you, if you give 1 Australian dollar, the bank gives you 1.251 Singaporean dollar, right? But now you have Singaporean dollar here and you want to buy Australian dollar, right? At the time, you just go there and ask for 1 Australian dollar, you need to pay this much money. As you see here, here we have the difference, right? This is 51 and here 51, here we have 65. Now what is the difference here? The difference is 0.0014. I mean 0.014, right? So that means that that is the profit that the bank is making by doing this conversion. Okay, so the similar thing, Canadian dollar, for example, if you're selling Canadian dollar to the bank, for each Canadian dollar, the bank gives you 1.354, right? Singaporean dollar. So if you're buying Canadian dollar from the bank is selling you this Canadian dollar. For each Canadian dollar, actually you need to pay 1.369. Okay, this is how we understand the table. Another one, this is actually a similar table, but for other countries whose currencies are a bit, how to say this, low price. And that's why it says that Singapore dollar to 100 units of foreign currency, right? So like Khmer Rio, for example, 1 US dollar, it is 4,000 real. It's quite big. That's why sometimes we do not change like 1 real to another currency. Right, we just take the base of like 4,000 or 1,000 real. Anyway, here it says Singapore dollar to 100 units of foreign currency. Chinese renminbi or renminbi, I don't know, I've never seen this before. Maybe I saw this, but I don't know where is it used. Anyway, Chinese renminbi, whatever it is. So if you buy, right, if the bank buys from you, if you give 100 Chinese currency here, the bank pays 20.38, right? And if the bank is selling this Chinese renminbi, you need to pay this much, 20.68. As you see here, the bank is buying at this rate and selling at this rate, so the difference is the bank's profits. Okay, Hong Kong dollar here also, similar thing, Indian rupee, Indonesian, Japanese yen, for example, 100 Japanese yen is how much? 1.4728. So if you have 100 Japanese yen and give it to the bank gives you 1.4728 Singaporean dollars. And now you have Singaporean dollars, you want to buy Japanese yen. So to buy 100 Japanese yen, you need to pay 1.4888 Singaporean dollar to the bank. Okay, this is how we understand buying and selling. All right, let's see this example, example 13. To do this example, I will need a calculator. Let me keep my calculator on my table. Okay. Convert the following foreign currencies to Singapore dollars using table 6.1 based on the bank's buying rates. So bank's buying rates, right? So give your answers correct to the nearest sense. So the first one is to do this A. So we are buying using bank's buying rates. That means that you are selling this Australian dollar to the bank, right? So first we need to write here. Okay, this bank's rate 1. See here in the first one, 1 Australian dollar, right, equals 1.251. 1.251. 1.251. 1.251. So if the bank buys 1 Australian dollar for this much Singaporean dollar, right? The question is, if you have 356 Australian dollar, how much you get in Singaporean dollar in front of what is it? For this Australian dollar, Singaporean dollar, how much? Let's say it is X, right? And this is how we solve these problems. Now, 1 Australian dollar equals 1.251. That is a buying rate. So you have this much Australian dollar. The question is how many Singaporean dollars can you buy for this, right? So this is a rate problem. Just cross multiply from here. If you cross multiply, 1 times x is equal to x. Now we don't have to write the signs. Already we have dollar signs here. So that's equal to 256 times 1.251, right? Which is equal to 356 times 1.251. That's equal to 356 Singaporean dollar. So now the answer is, for this Australian dollar, you can get 445.356 Singaporean dollar, right? And question B, in a similar way, 8,550 Philippines peso. So Philippines peso, we can look at the table. Now I have this paper. Philippines peso, well, actually table 6.1, it says that peso, what is it? It is P, right? So 100 Philippines peso is equal to how much? 2.805 Singaporean dollar, right? In the table, it is given like this. This is a buying rate. So if you have 100 Philippines peso, you can get 2.805 in exchange of this one, right? In terms of this 100 peso from the bank. The question is, if you have 8,550 peso, how much you can get for this in Singaporean dollar? So I don't know. So let's say it is Y Singaporean dollars, right? The question is this. Once you go like this, after that, peso, Singaporean dollar, and cross multiply. If you cross multiply 100 times Y, it is 100 Y is equal to 8550 times 2.805, right? Now from here, Y is equal to 8550 times 2.805 over 100, right? Now from here, I can just evaluate this. That's equal to fraction 8550 is multiplied by 2.805 is divided by 100, which is equal to 239.8275, right? That's the answer. So you can get this many Singaporean dollars for 8,550 peso at this rate. Okay, is someone, Bunlong, are you trying to ask a question? Bunlong, don't be shy. If you have any question, you may ask. Okay, boys, it's very easy. Let's see another example. So we had yes here. All right. Change the marker color. So converts 4,590 Singaporean dollars to sterling pounds. Okay. And the second question is convert 7,650 Singaporean dollars to Japanese yen. All right. To answer these questions again, what does it mean? It means that you have Singaporean dollar, right? You're going to the bank and you are going to buy sterling pounds, right? So you are buying sterling pound from the bank. Now, if you just go back here, sterling pounds, here we have sterling pound, right? And you need sterling pound, you are buying from the bank. So we need to use this selling rate, right? Because you are buying the sterling pound from the bank. If you sell sterling pound to the bank, the bank buys at this rate. If the bank sells sterling pound to you, they calculate it at this rate. It is 2967. Actually, I have in the paper. So here I need to use this rate. We need to use at the for the bank. It is selling rate, right? Sterling pounds, right? For sterling pound for selling, it is 1 sterling pound is how much? 1 sterling pound is 2.967 Singaporean dollar, 2.967 967. Okay, so that's the selling rate because we are buying sterling pound from the bank, so we need to use the selling rate. So the question is, if you have this much 4,590 Singaporean dollars, how many sterling pounds can we buy for this, right? The question is how much? That is X. Okay, if you could write this, the rest is quite easy. Just cross multiply and solve the problem. 1 times this, that's equal to 4590 equals this times X, it is 2.967 X. From here, X is equal to 4590 over 2.967. Okay. Actually, next time when you're doing this directly, you can do this. But actually, when we're converting, we have to go through these steps. That's what I'm trying to show you here. That's equal to 4590. 4590 is divided by 2.967. 2.967, right? That's equal to 1547.017. Here, correct 3 decimal places. 3 decimal places. Okay. All right. That is the answer to the first question. And just to make a difference between this solution, let me change to green. In a similar way, now we need to change this into Japanese yen. And if you look at the table, Japanese yen, we know that's 100 Japanese yen, right? 100 Japanese yen at selling price and rate, it is 1.1488838 here, and that is Singaporean dollar. Okay. All right, that is a selling rate at the bank because here you have Singaporean dollar and you're trying to buy Japanese yen. Maybe you're going to travel Japan, right? You need Japanese yen. That's why you need to use selling rate here. So here, the Singaporean dollar, how much we have? We have 7650 Singaporean dollar, right? And that is equal to how much Japanese yen? So that is, let's say it is Y Japanese yen. Right? And cross multiply. So here we have, if you cross multiply this, 1.4123 here. And here we have Y equals 7650. If you multiply this by 100, here we have 2 more zeros, right? So here Y is equal to 765000 is divided by 1.4888. I can write y is equal to 765123 is divided by 1.4888. That's equal to how much? 513836.647. So that is 513,836.647 Japanese yen we could buy for this Singaporean dollar. Okay. Bulong, do you understand? Bulong? Are you there? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. Mullah, why are you so slow?
I'm learning to using phone.
What you are learning how to programming?
Yeah, learn how to use Zoom in phone.
Oh,
The
I
last time
see. Still, you are learning. We are in the middle of the semester, and you are learning how to use Zoom.
last time I used PC to join.
Oh, I see. I see. But if you have PC,
Yeah.
I suggest you to use PC. And telephone is so small, and I don't know,
Yeah.
it's not so effective. Anyway, yeah, it's up to you which one is more comfortable for you. But actually, using PC is much, much better because even when I do conference or talk to my family members, when you use telephone, you can see only 2, 3 people, right? Or maybe maximum 4 people. But in PC, you can see everybody, and it is more comfortable. And after all, it's a bigger screen, right? And a bigger screen, you can see everything more clearly. But if you have no choice, if you have no PC, no laptop, and at the time you may use telephone. But if you have PC or laptop, I suggest you to use your laptop or PC. Okay. All right, guys, let's continue. Let's see if we have more problems. All right, that's the last question, I think. Yes, the last question. Easy questions, actually. Money exchange. We do this everyday life, right? And it's just put here. That's why we are studying this. Roger puts 8,500 Singapore dollar in a 1-year US dollar fixed deposit account with a bank at 4% simple interest per annum. When the exchange rate was this, 1 US dollar is equivalent to 1.70 Singaporean dollar, right? You understand the question, right? Roger, he has some money in Singaporean dollar, that is 8,500 Singaporean dollar, and he's just investing his money in a bank, right, or saving his money in a bank for how much time? What's the period of time? It is 1 year, and US dollar fixed deposits. What does it mean? It means that in Cambodia, for example, some banks, when you just go to the bank, they may ask you, do you want to save your money in Khmer Rouge or Chinese yen or US dollar? In what currency? If they have such options. But now in Cambodia, as far as I know, you can save your money in Khmer Rouge or US dollar, right? So you need to choose. But if you choose this US dollar fixed deposits, but you have Khmer Rouge, for example, first they have to convert this into US dollar, right? And after this, they put this money into your account. Okay, this is a similar situation here. So here you have Singaporean dollar, and you are going to put your money into the bank, but you want to save your money in US dollar. Okay, so US dollar fixed deposit account with a bank at 4% simple interest per annum when the exchange rate was 1 US dollar is equal to or equivalent to 1.17 Singaporean dollar. Question A, how much did he invest in US dollar? So that means that we need to change this Singaporean dollar into US dollar, right? And after that, they put your money into your account. So question A, how much did he invest in US dollar? That investment is, let's say it is A, let's say, okay, we have 10 minutes, let me finish this. That A is equal to your investment equals this price, right? So since 1 US dollar equals this much, right? And how can I find here US dollar is 1.70 Singaporean dollars, right? The question is how much US dollar we can buy for 8,500 Singaporean dollars, right? If you just cross multiply to find X, I should divide this by this, right? So that is 8,500 is divided by 1.70, which is equal to 8,500 is divided by 1.70. That's equal to 5,000. So 5,000 US dollar. So that means that you actually put this much US dollar into your account. Okay. And at the end of 1 year, he withdrew all his money when the exchange rate was this. Calculate the number of Singapore dollars he made from this investment. Okay. Calculate the number of Singapore dollar he made from this investment. So B, at the end of the year. Okay, let me just write here, this is A. At the end of the year, this is A sub 0. Let's say this A sub 1. That is that you're withdrawing from the bank, right? What is it? It is A sub 0, the money you invested, right? And plus it earns some interest, so we have interest here. So that's equal to this A sub 0. What is it? It is P, right? R T, right? Sorry. A sub 0 plus what is I? P, our P is this money, that is A sub 0 times R. What is R? 4%, that is 0.04 and the times. And for how much? It is for 1 year. So here we have 1 year time. Because interest is P times R times T, right? Our principal is this much. So what is A sub 0 is equal to 5,000. Take this out, 5,000. And what is that here? 1 plus what we have here, 0.04, which is equal to 5,000 times 1.04. That's equal to 5,200 US dollar. Let me just write only dollar sign, that is US dollar. Okay. And you withdraw this money from the bank. Since you're living in Singapore, you're going to change this into Singapore dollar. But at what rate you're changing this money at this rate, right? So now we have to change it at this rate. So the money that you're going to get will be, let me say what right here. Calculate the number of Singaporean dollars he made from his investment. How much he made? Let me just call this P. All right, that's the money that's Singaporean dollars he made. Let's we call this P. That P is equal to 5,200 times. We have to multiply by this because the rate is 1.65, which is equal to 5,200 times 1.65. That's equal to 8,580 Singaporean dollars, right? At the beginning, you actually invested this much money, 8,500, and here you made how much? 8,580. So that is the not profit, actually you made some additional amount, right? So calculate the number of Singaporean dollars he made from his investment. All right, here. Okay. He made 80 Singaporean dollar from this investment. Okay, actually that's the right answer. If you just stop here, it means that you do not answer the question completely. Okay, that is the right answer. So he made 80 Singaporean dollars by investing 8,500 Singaporean dollar into the bank and withdrew this after 1 year. Okay, that's all about money exchange. We have maybe around 1 or 3 or 4 questions in the exercises. You have to practice it yourself. Okay, guys, about money exchange, if you have any question, you may ask now, because I'm going to close it, and that's all about money exchange. In our next session, we'll talk about taxation. Any question? Linda? Who is Linda? Linda Coin.
Great, sir.
Yes.
Sorry, sir.
Guys, if everybody can hear me, I have already shared your assignment questions, what question you have to solve, right? And 4, 5, that's chapter 6 and 7, you already had midterm, that's why you don't have to do those questions. But now you need to do question 8, okay? And you need to submit this. After we finish this chapter, then you will have quiz from this chapter, okay? And after we finish this chapter, maybe I'll give you 3 or 4 days, depending on which day actually will finish this, maybe 1 week, we'll see, okay? But maximum, at least you will have 3 more days to practice, and after that you will have quiz. All right, maybe most probably you will have quiz next week, Tuesday, most probably. We'll see how much we can cover today and tomorrow. I'll see that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you have questions about the assignment, about anything related to this course, you may ask now. We have 3 minutes. If you have no question, I'm going to close it. Bulong,
Yes, sir. Yes.
okay, can I see your face?
I'm so shy, sir.
What?
I'm so shy.
So you are so shy. So when you go outside, you cover your face all the time?
Now, sir.
So you are shy because of me, or you have someone special here?
I'm not comfortable to on the
Okay.
camera.
All right. Okay, guys, now have a break. Okay. You just follow the schedule as I send in the Telegram. So I will reopen this maybe after 10 minutes. Next session starts at 11 o'clock, I think. Okay. At 10:55, I will open it. Try to join at this time. At 11, we will start the class. And if people keep joining this, I will love the meeting, because every time they are late, it's very bothering. Okay, guys, have a break. We'll continue at 11 o'clock. See you.